Hello guys, good morning. So today we are going to continue our asp.NET Core Web API using JWT token. So yesterday we've done with the confirm email async. So if you have not watched the video, kindly watch it. And yeah, there's a series of video. This is what I meant for our asp.NET Core. This one. There's a series of video now is with .NET Core API securing Web API. So it's now 4 video here. So yesterday we've done with this one forget confirm email. So today I will going to demonstrate how to reset password and also forget password. After that, I think we need to have a client to consume this with API. So I think we can have a ASP.NET Core MVC client as well as ASP.NET MVC and .NET Framework. And we will try also the Angular client and also the console application, how we are going to consume this ASP.NET Core with API using JWT Authentication. So let's get in and let's start it. So this is the project that we've done before. So we are going to add forgot password now. So basically we are going to modify our iUser interface. So as you can see here, there's already registered the same plugin, confirm email, and now we are going to add reset forget password first. Alright, I think reset password is this. Okay. So we'll just using this type user manager span, and our method will be reset password async. Okay, so this is asynchronous. And of course, we already have the model reset password. Reset password is there. Reset password view model. So I think it's not here. So we'll check it. So alright, I think we have not created yet the view model for reset password. So we need to add a class here for our property data object. So we'll get it reset password view model. Alright, so let me just add this. So then let's bring the namespace annotation for the token. So we have email, new password, and the confirm password. So this is our reset view model, and we need to build this. All right, so that's enough. So we're gonna update our dependency here for the view model. Where's that? Package. Yeah, it's not that package. Simply this one. Let's remove it first. And dependency and project reference. We need to browse. So 19, so this is the one. So now our class library will have a set password view model. This one. Alright, so then that is the model. Alright, so Now we are gonna implement this in the user service implementation, the concrete class. Okay, so this is the one. So as you can see at the top, it's now having a problem, a read, because we already added a new signature or method in our interface, user service, but we have not implemented it. So we click implement interface, and I think it's in the middle. Okay, so it is now our password, I reset password async. So we're gonna make our implementation here. So first, this is a async, so we need to put the async keyword here. And of course, we have to check the user first, the var user. That's a shortcut for having a data type in. So var user, which means it will determine the data type at the right side. For example, this one. So let's say await. So underscore user manager. Then you have the function find email async. So this data type is, of course, it's identity user. So we have to pass model dot email. So that is passed by our form. Or when you use in Postman, that is in the RAM body. That is you inputted in the body part. Alright, so now we are able to get the user, and then I check if the user is equal to null. So basically we just return user minus response, like that. Return. Why are you here, son? Alright, we're missing your keyword here. So now we can have the message is equals to, we have defined as already error message that email not confirmed. And then we need to pass the is success equals false. That if there's no user that found. Alright. Next checking that we will do is we check the new password is not equal to a confirmed password. Okay. So if model that new password is not equal to model that confirmed password, then what we should do, we need to return the new user manager's data model, same as above, and then we set the message is equal to uh, this one is should not be email not confirmed because we're checking the user, so we need I no user email. Alright, so this part is the error message here is the email not confirmed because this is not the same password. So this success is equals to false. So that is this two checking. Now we are going to check the token. First, we are going to decode the token. We use the web encoders now. This for decode and pass the model token. Okay. And then after decoding it, we need to have the normal token. It is encoding that utility that get string. That's the decoded token. Alright, so now we're gonna have the var result the same like before. We have to await, we use the user service, and we have the reset password async. Yeah, this is built in our asp.NET Core identity. So you can see that reset a user password is by new password after validating the given password reset token. Okay, that's from the user manager, which is of type identity user. So we pass what's the user and the token and what's the required here string token and the new password. So model that new password. Okay. So this is built in. So all you have to do is just use it. So result that succeeded. Then again we will use our user manager response data model. So we're gonna return new. What's that, man? It's 1,000 view. My son is showing his YouTube channel. They've already Deloso. One video is hitting 1,000 view. It's so funny, guy. User. Then now we have to message that reset password. Success. That's the message that we already define our constant in our public class. And now it's now true. So this one guys is already in the this is also defined in the shared virtual machine. So you can see that if we need to change the messaging, for example, you just need to access this part constant in this class and not in the implementation part. So that's one changing only. Alright, so that's why we put it here. Alright, so okay, so we're done with the user manager, I think. But of course, if it's not successful, we need to return the new user manager's object data model with a bad description, I mean, with the error. So our message could be error message. This is our constant class general error message, and its success, of course, is equal to false. And then we can return the error. This is uh where yeah, also in the shared view model result that errors that select. Then the along the expression we just saw the description. So it will return an error in a iterable type. So that's not the so you can see here this error message is enumerable of string. Our user manager respond that error data model. Okay, we are just passing it there. All right, guys. So now I think this is already done. The reset password. So we're gonna implement this in our API controller, right? So let's go to our API controller, authentication controller. So we have here the registered, and let's just put this out store here. So this one we are going to implement our API that authentication. This will be the API endpoint address, so we can have reset password. Okay, so we need to define a method here, public async, asynchronous of tasks and of type I action result, and then the receipt password we can have async here, and of course we need to access the from body attribute that will pass the view model. Receipt view model, and of course the variable, uh, right? And then we have to decorate this as HTTP post, and then we have defined only this receipt password, so we cannot have the async. So our API will be API authentication receipt password. Alright, that's it. And then we're gonna check if the model state that is contained in this network is valid. And then we install this is going to await user service that we have created the receipt password async, and we pass the model. Alright, so if the soft is succeeded, is success, and then we'll return okay result. So okay, it means 200. 200 turn okay means 200, so it's not, it's successfully. Or if not, it will not successful, then we need to return bad request. This is bad request is also yeah, that's already defined in the API controller attribute result. Then of course we can return bad request, and then the error message that invalid property. So basically, if model state is valid, come here. If not, this return bad request error invalid properties. Okay, so this is now our reset password. So I think we will continue in the forget password. So we'll go to the I interface of user service, and we will include the forget password as well. So task of type user manager span, and then the method will be forget password as well. Okay. And then of course this is just the string email, and this is the user. So our user is using email. Alright, so we need to implement here as well in the user service concrete class. You can see it's now red, so we need to implement because we added a new signature in the interface. So we'll find it. I think it's in the bottom. Where's that? Oh, I see. This is the forget password async. Alright, try that. Just debug here. And then forget password. So it's just the same with the reset password. So we're gonna check the user. So we will declare our user. We need to await. with user manager, find email async. We need to pass the email. And of course, our method will have an async return type to pass. This is asynchronous. Alright, so if user is null, then we need to return uh, the user manager response, which is success is equals to false, and the message should be error message that no user email. Then we get the token. Our token would be equals to await. Of course, user manager that generate password token. It's already built in here. Generate password receipt token. Async. Password token async. So you can see generate a password receipt token for the specified user. So we need to add the identity user type. So this is the one the user that we're going to pass. Okay, that's again is built in the asp.NET Core identity system. And then that's the token that we can get. So after that we encode the token. So encoded token would be encoding that utility get bytes and the token. Okay, then we need to have the valid token. We decode it using the with encoder. This 64 we need to encode yeah, encoded token. So a token. So we get the token from the generic password user token, and then we encode it in bit bytes, and then we get the B64 using the with encoders. This is built in Microsoft ASP.NET Core with utilities. Alright, so after that, we can set now the string URL. So this equals to, because we already defined the configuration of URL. So this will be configuration. Um, we need to pass. We need to get the URL. So that's in our app setting here. This one, URL. After that, yeah, URL here. Our app setting is already slash there, so we don't have to put slash here. So we just say set password. This is the API address. The email will be equals to email. This one that we pass. And then token equals to the valid token. That's it. So that will be the receipt password link. What's wrong with this? Okay, we don't have it here. So of course we need to send this to the email so they can click this link in their email. So we have to await. So we already have mail service before. So mail service, let's send email async, and then we send it to the email, and the message is reset password, and then of course the body, set the body. You can have a tag of each one, and then we need to pass the message that reset password is this one, and with that we close the tag each one, and we have to add another one. Just bring it down, dollar, and then a tag of B. This is a paragraph tag. Okay, and then we need to pass the message, the messaging, set password message. So you can define it in the class in the shared virtual machine. You can change it if you want to have different messaging. And its strip will be the URL. So we have the URL, string URL, this one. So we just pass the URL. This is the link that the user will click to receive the password. Okay, and then of course the message here, and then we need to close the tab, anchor tab, and the affiliate tab. And of course we have to and this that is this number. So it will send using the send email async. So we already created that in the previous video. So we define send grid API, and then now we just have to return no user manager message. Alright, so you need to define the message here that is equals, it should be a message that reset password success, and then of course the is success is equals to true. Okay, I think that is now. Now we are going to, this is in the user service, so we are going to go to our controller with API controller again, authentication controller, and add this is password, yeah, this is password API. Okay, so just like here, this is almost the same with the forget password, so it will be API dot authentication that forget password, So we need to define a method here of the type is asynchronous as I action result. Um, the name will be forget password async. We will just pass the email. Of course, we need to define this as HTTP post and we decorate the message as forget password. So this will be the API endpoint like this above. Right, so we check first if the email is not null or empty. Email is not null or empty. Then return if it is null or empty, we return not found. So this is already defined, so we return null. Okay, next we need to get the result just like await then the user service that we just created is the forget password assigned and we pass the email. Alright, so get result that is success. Then we need to return okay result. So this is 200. If not, then we return bad request of result of the 400 error code. Alright, so what's the problem here? We misspelled the task. So basically that's so easy. So we have this 4 line of code. So we can put it like that. So it will be readable. It's readable than that. Okay, so this is our forgot password and also okay, I think that's it for now. We need to test it also so you can see how it is done. Alright, so we will use Postman. Okay. So okay, we need to define this reset password pages. So we'll be using reserve pages. So we add pages over here. Sa atin din na natin. New folder. Just name it pages. And then we'll create the reserve pages here. Add new item, reserve pages. So let's say reserve pages empty. We name it reset password. Reset password. Alright, so that's the reset password. And reset password. Okay. So in order that we can the asp.netcore can identify at we need to add in the startup. So the add controllers before we need to add services that add reserve pages, okay? And also in the endpoint we can map this endpoint that map reserve spaces. So we just need to add it. Alright, so now we go back to our pages. We will define the so this would be the page would be let's see, password. This is for identity accessible model. Uh, layout. This is custom name. Then specify the layout is nothing. And then you can have we have to start from this because we choose empty. So don't type HTML. And then of course we define the HTML tag there. After the head, we can confirm the name. Report. And then, of course, if you not choose empty, this is by default will be provided. Device that it will depend on what device is viewing. Then what have to find the title. So this is just a basic HTML that will have our reset password input. So we can define either tag here, reset your password, or like that. And then we'll define the form action would be your API, then the authentication as the reset password, and then the method would be post. So we can post this to the API. Okay, that's the form. And let's have a basic table here. TR, table row, TD content. So see password and another TD. Thank you. Start input type. So we need to input type as set password. No password, so we need to input type no password. Let's grab one. Just need to push it. And then copy this for confirm. Confirm password. user, the input type, password is what we are using as password. The name here because as okay. So we have the table that's missing. We need another TR here. Gonna submit TRTD, and we need to have input type equals to submit OT, and set the value equals this is this it, right? So I think that's it. So we'll be able to access it from API authentication. I think because our URL here, box and set to add the input type hidden here. Input type is hidden. This is for the token. Name equals token, and we'll get the value would be because that's query token request that query and the process token. And then for the email, we just need to see if we are able to get that all. Okay. Okay, so we will try now to have the forget password. It will send to the email, and from the email, it will click the link to reset the password. You will use Postman, so we need to run it first. It's rebelling now. Alright, so it's working now. So let's go to our Postman. So we're gonna have authentication, forget password, and then I have to pass my email, pass query string here. Equals to so that it's that is find it. So it's got here. So we'll check our email. That's it. And then we debug. We go to the user service. to create it. And then of course we will check the user in our database. So user is null. How come find email? Is it that it will not? And also the page that they is b.com. Find the email here. So this is a bad request. Uh, this is a bad request. You cannot find the email. No user associated with email. Let's try to check our database here. XT that below. So go to our authentication daily. Let's have a new query. Let's select the it's very slow. So select a service from asp.net user. asp.net user. This is where we save our credential. So what's the email? It's correct. User email ht that Adrian Deloso that is at asp.com. Let's try it again. With password email email equals this is correct email equals yeah volume. Let's try again. What's the problem? So this is the asp.email and then first email is asp.email.com. Um, fine. Oh, where is this is ID? Should be email. Fine email ID. This is wrong. Fine email async. So I'm not getting it. Okay. That's built-in function or method of the asp.net core identity system. So we just misspelled it instead of find email async, we use the user ID. So basically it will not work. Let's go back to our Postman and we'll send it again. So this will be okay. Okay, got password, email. Alright, the user now is not now. And then guess we generate the token. As you can see here, the token there are slashes. So that's why we have to encode it in this 64. So this one is already fine. There's no slashes now. Slashes. So then we get the URL that will be sent in our server. So that will be localhost, receipt password, email, and the token is this one. Okay, so it will send to our my email. So as you can see here, password has been reset successfully. Its success is true. And then we'll check my email. Okay, here the email is receiving now. Follow the instructions to reset your password. So to reset your password, click here. So yeah, let's simply click here. So we should have the reset password. This is the one that we are talking about. Alright, so let's change our password. It's the in the 34567. Confirm password the 34567. And then okay. Click the reset. Oh, there's a problem. Unsupported media type. Oh, what's this? API authentication reset password. What's this? What's the problem of this? Title unsupported media type. Status for O1. Oh my god, what's the problem? Is this API authentication reset password? Alright, we need to go back. So I think this is the problem because when our app setting is already have here slash, and then here should have double slash already, so I think that's the problem. I will try it again. Go to Postman and then reset, forget password, and just go there, and so password is been reset successfully. You should check the email. It's not changing. Oh, it's here now. It's there now. Okay, we should click on here. So this is the reset password. So we just reset password. Click the reset. It's still the same unsupported media type. CVTOL is pronunciation unsupported media type. This is API authentication reset password. This, this is wrong, I think. This is, should be from home, not from body. Alright, so try again. I think it's the correct one. Form because we are inputting from the form. Let's try this. And again, hopefully this will be the correct one. Okay, we will check our email. It's been received. So password has been reset successfully. And we have another password reset. We'll click here. Input the password. 2345. 2345. Correct. Oh, reset. Okay, so that's the issue because previously we used the attribute here from body, so it would be from form attribute. Alright, so our model now we have confirm email password, and of course we also have the token. This one, alright. So we'll go set password. Just will go here. Why this is null? Find by email async. Reset password should be user. Mhm. This is what it is. Hmm. This password. What's the problem? I think I need to add the properties here. I know the expiry is an hours, 30 hours, 60 hour. Wait, it's not going to find the email. It's already there. Hi, we try again. So that's my email address. Let's send it again. And then find the email I think. My email. Okay. It's already there. Problem is in the receipt form. Okay, so we will wait for the form to be emailed. Um, okay, okay. This is the new one. Click here. This is the problem here. There is a password. Let's try. Let's see ER dot 1 2 3 4 5 ER dot 1 2 3 4 5. Use it now. So the model. Hmm. It's valid naman. And we have to pass it here. So what we receive model. Tama naman. Email. Just the problem. Why is null? Find email as same by email. Is the space here? Oh, there's a space in the value. Hmm. How come there's a space? Let's not find them. There's a space. I need to turn this. Uh, I need this. This one. So we find. So we have extra space, so that's why it's not finding. So now the password The password has no extra space. Okay, so the token is now invites and we encode it here and then we can reset it. Let's succeed it. Alright, it's now password now is password has been successfully reset now. Okay, so our problem is we are passing a space from here. I think it's in the form. This is an extra. Let's check the form. No, the email that's me pass. And from password, there's no problem with here. It's on the email. It's being passed. Authentication. Then, yeah, here. Reset password. And then there's the space. Space here. Password. Password. And okay, guys. I will update this one if I can fix this. Why the email have a password? I has extra space. So for now, this is this is now for the forget password and reset password. So you see that we're able to have it. And this is part 5 of our asp.netcore web API JWT authentication. So thanks for subscribing. Hit the bell button for the next series of video and have a learning. Bye bye.